have to be synthesized to methane through methanogen right here, right? Right here. And then hydrogen will be trapped up to produce C3 through the reduction pathway. Through the reduction pathway. It's a common pathway, okay, through succinate to produce propionate later, okay, through the common pathway. At the normal pH, at the low pH, there will be another pathway, okay? It's an acrylate pathway that we use at the lower pH, but this is a common pathway that we need to know. So to block that, okay, there are many ways of using, but chemical is a way out. We try to avoid that. So we use the diet, we call dietary manipulation to do that. Okay, we try to use dietary feed. What feed? Feed locally available is important. We have numerous of feed resources containing plant secondary compounds. Plant secondary compounds are becoming more important, particularly condensed tannin and saponins. Yesterday, that student presented the work very interestingly yesterday. Okay, so tannins contained in our tropical plant, not hydrolyzable tannin. Mostly is condensed tannin. They are the flavone that will offer moiety of glucose. Okay, so that is lipophilic. Okay, so it works, it attaches, and there's a lot of hydroxyl groups, that will bind the protein, which means to a great extent, it will bind protein, protect protein in the lumen and bypass the lumen. That is the benefit. Okay, now we need to identify the feed resources. Feed resources we've been looking is banana, flour that we eat, okay, and mangosteen peel, mangkut, mangosteen. You have a lot over here. The peel, the waste. Don't throw away. Keep the waste. Okay? Keep the waste, but don't eat it. Give it to the animals. Okay? So, and other kinds are available. The rambutan peel, so on and so forth. There are potential sources we have to look at, because here, this one is, you can see from YouTube and Google, where you see Wanapat and some picture. And this one was drawn by my former PhD student from Laos. Dr. Wong Pasit, now he's a Dean of Agriculture at Suparnawong University. We can connect now, the young people of Taiwan and others can connect with Laos and others, Vietnam as well. So I will talk, I need more time, right? Networking. And as well as two former students from here, Kusuma Rati, Kusuma, long time, 6 years. Oh, friend of Dr. Tony, worked with me those years, 2 person, one lady and one guy. They were hard working students and we really appreciate that. You know, I would like to have more. I would like to have more students working at Khon Kaen University. So they did. So this one he did draw, and it was cited by many scientists that the mangosteen peel or plant secondary containing plant compound would be used to block the microbes, the methanogen. How? The possible mode of action is tannins, reduce methanogens directly, and also, effect on the feed resource, particularly the fibers, while the saponins work on the protozoa, as well as the gram-positive bacteria, particularly those fibrolytic bacteria. So it's important to see the reaction, how they work, and we can manage of this phenomenon. The work has been shown already that you can see, just in brief, please visit the paper, please visit the journals and read details from the work presented here in Animal Feed Science Technology, Asian Australian Animal Production, Animal Sciences, as well as Livestock Sciences, where Professor Oswald is also one of the editors. I think he's the editor-in-chief. Still working a little bit now, but you know because I mentioned that because I know him very well and I have learned from him tremendously. I visited his lab when I was young, when I was doing my postdoc in Norway. So I went to visit Bob in his lab, and we work, we talk, we argue a lot, discuss a lot. That is why. You got to know the people, you must argue, you must present yourself, you think, and then go forward. So the benefits of using these sources at the minimum level has been shown to impact on the rumen microbes and the fermentation pattern and the production of C3 increase, reduce C2, okay, and then the performance I will show you later on. We have been working with the combination now of feed resources, particularly mangosteen peel and redwood peel, to make pellet, so that you may know Monensin. Monensin was in small pellet or other feed additives, but it's trying to get away from it. So we're trying to manipulate the pellet combination of mangosteen peel and redwood peel or banana peel together in a proportion that will be used as a small supplement. We call strategic supplementation. Just use a little bit to impact on the rumen fermentation. So now two, three PhD are working on the production trial with dairy cattle right now. Now, sorry, to change a bit now, my time is, okay, I still have time, okay? Now, working with rock fishes, rice straw is abundantly available. And yesterday, presentation by the chairman here already, that, it is low in intrinsic value, but we cannot get rid of it. We cannot go away from it. We cannot shy away from it. We must go at it, go closer, and improve the quality of rice straw. Okay, in the past, John, urea treatment that we worked together, in those 1980, 38, 39 years ago, started with urea treatment. At that time, urea was cheap. The price was very small. Now it's skyrocketing already. We cannot keep up and use 5% urea anymore. That is why we need to improve. And the work has been shown that the reduction of urea to 2%, together with lime 2%, would result in comparable result with using urea. In terms of dietary intake, you can see 5% urea here, okay, 2% here, comparable, okay, and increasing C3, comparable, okay, and reduction of temperature from the control group, increasing microbial proteins, microbial nitrogen synthesis. See, you can see that. So the price of 2 plus 2 urea lime has been receiving interest and been used for dairy farmers now in the Northeast, where John used to visit, but I'm sure he will come visit again soon. Okay, so you can see that this really have been significant increase by the use of combination of 2 plus 2 urea and lime together, comparable to 5% urea. So urea acts as ammonium hydroxide, as an alkali, while the lime is used as an alkali, directly to break, the fibrous fractions, cellulose, hemicellulose, and to loosen the binding of lignin and hemicellulose. The use with dairy cattle have been significantly obtained by the use of combination of urea and lime together under this experiment. Now, turning to another feed resources that you are familiar with, that is Lucina and cassava. Lucina is abundantly available that can be used either dry form or hay form or in silage, to make silage. But in the past, the success of using Lucina silage has not been achieved. You know why? Because making silage varies from place to place, depending on the quality of the substrate of the feed resources. Okay, but to make silage such as Lucina, you need some carbohydrates, soluble carbohydrates, So molasses, for example, can be simply applied into it, okay, and make silage only for a short time. 2 weeks is enough, okay, to use. And the work done with dairy state as well with dairy cattle have shown, okay, the improvement of using routine and silage. To make that, John mentioned that we have done, yes, just using it in such a simple way, using the drum or barrel, like this, you can chop it up and pack it up and use it. Not 40 days, not 30 days, just 2 weeks is enough. For both lupina and cassava top silage. Cassava top silage, we've been working, as you see the references from hay, cassava hay, but that's after harvesting of 3 months. So we use the regrowth in order to get higher protein of up to 25-26%. And the presence of condensed honey, which is beneficial. Naturally, condensed honey contains in cassava, okay, at about 4% or even less. So at this level, it's beneficial for the rumen microbes, okay, to protect protein as well as to affect the fermentation to yield less methane or to yield more propionate. So to make cassava top silage, it's easy, it's practical, it can be trained to the farmers, and used by the farmers, okay, to yield better production of meat and milk. You can see here, okay, it's simple. Or the graduate student, you work hard, okay, you have to work hard, okay, during study, right? So when you become the staff member, okay, then you don't work? No, you work even harder and harder, right? So all of them. This is the picture of. Okay, this is the simple formula of making the silage of lupina and also cassava. This work shows you that the cassava top silage can be used, okay, in replacement of straw. Okay, while using it, it will affect on the C3 significantly and decrease significantly and reduce substantially, okay, of the methane. Okay, either through the reduction of protozoa or direct, okay, effects on the fermentation. The work with dairy also has been obtained with the improvement of the milk through the use supplementation partially of cassava top silage. Now, back to the concept. To me, we've been talking, John also talking, and Professor Lang talking about how to be sustainable. Sustainable by who? So by the farmer, by the engaged stakeholders, particular farmers. So, with perspective of nutrition and feed resources, the feed needs to be established on farms. Okay, must be established. Planting, develop it afterwards, develop it to be a better practice, and utilize it there. Either the roughages can be managed easily. You say 45 days cutting. You have to train and establish things like that, or even the concentrate to be formulated on farm. So it's a homemade concentrate that will either partially use or mostly used to reduce the cost of production. The cost of production is a high price of concentrate, the commercial concentrate that has a great impact on the total cost of production, either meat or fattening beef particularly, and also dairy cattle. So the proposed scheme to establish, okay, the feed on the farm scenario is to be able to bring in the feed through this proposal is to use 2 types of shrubs, okay, around the boundary of the farm. The boundary of the farm. One shrub here, another shrub here, and then 2 types of grasses, the climbing type grass and the erected type grass. The erected type is most suitable for the less land availability, where farmers can just grow and cut and make deal throughout the year. We don't have much land, so the standing type of grass is most suitable for the farmers to cut, to go and to cut, while the climbing may be additionally used if they have more land. And then the planting of the crop, particularly cassava, and the legumes as feed, as food for humans, is intercrop in there. So if possible, look at this. This would be to produce the feed to be available throughout the year. And that I will call calendar of feeding. Calendar feeding throughout January to December. What is available? What can be cut? What can be managed? What can be bought into it to supplement? So the farmers need to learn, need to be trained, and to establish this feeding process. One of this is a picture showing you the proposed scheme using cassava and the legumes. Legume here is a wild legume. It can be mung bean, soybean, or other kind of legume, and that can be harvested for the seed, for the pods, but the residue will be used in the feeding the ruminants over here. Okay? Simple way to do is essential and should receive more attention through the simple technology. It's the technology, all right, and we need to use it. Simple technology needs attention. Showing the interaction of the feed resource of legume and cassava. Okay, over here, legume and cassava. It grows very, very, very nicely. And intercrop with the grasses is one of the ways as well. This is rootsy grass, and the legume mix, like in other countries, in New Zealand, it's legume mix. Here we can do, if we find the right type of legume and the grass together, it's no problem, we can do it in the tropics. It's not only in the temperate zone. We need protein with high quality. Okay? So this is a kind of shrub. One other example is the Fleminia. Fleminia you have a lot here, but if you manage it, you manipulate, you cut it at a lower length, and you can have a regrowth. And here, it's high protein with less fiber and less tannin. Tannin is beneficial. This is leguminous. A good example is for that. And then, this Fleminia, the nutritive value. Okay? So to use that, you will have a great improvement. Okay. Another one is, this is the legume, the wild legume. The other kinds of legume can be grown with high nutritive values. This is Passiola calcaratus. It's a wild legume. There are many kinds of legume that can be used to mix. Okay. This work was implemented with the farmers on farm. We work with the farmers in order to train them at the same time. Train the farmers to grow the seeds, to the students. You can see this PhD student working with the dairy farmers in the Northeast. There are 7 centers, milk collection centers there, and we work with them, and we have a good communication with them to help them through this work, just to show you that using the control without the mixture of the grass and legume, you see that it's a substantially increase of milk yield. That means money, John. That's a lot of money there. It's 2 kg per head per day for the dairy farmer. So to sell their milk. It is good, important message for the farmers to use to increase the nutrition value of grass through legumes, high quality protein. Another type I bring in is a variety of grass. This grass is like the warped Napier grass, but it's not Napier grass. It's sweet, we call it sweet grass, because it contains some sugar, and it grows very well in the low profile, low soil quality. It has a high ratio. Look at the broadleaf, high ratio of leaf to stem. Okay, and the yield is enormous. It's comparable to Napier, and you can see this one has been worked by PhD students on now with dairy cattle, the 3rd trial with dairy cattle, and we will present more in terms of the quality of using this variety of grass. It's called sweet grass. You can see, I'm so excited about when we work with this grass. And the farmers now come and see, and they want to stop already, stem already. So we said, yes, go. We provide already to the farmers, and they love it. And the chicken, the poultry also love it. It's easily digestible, contain more sugar as well. Even human make tea out of that already. Okay, make tea. So this grass. Okay, so for the future, I think that we need to look at the available resources and also the innovation that we have to provide and have to produce through research and the techniques, and to employ the fighting to the farmers is essential. You can see, in order to increase the meat and milk through feeding, innovation is of great importance. It is going to work through the hard work of the scientists dealing with the human nutrition and others. And may I add that coming like this is to create networking, to share and to learn from each other. It is very challenging, and we need more push, more opportunities to give to the young scientists to enjoy together. Ladies and gentlemen, may I just conclude briefly that the resources locally available are of great concern and importance, and they have great contribution to the livestock production, okay, through innovation and through the simple technology and through the understanding of all concerned, engaged stakeholders, from researchers down to the farmers. We need to work together in order to produce efficient production, meat and milk, and to reduce global warming through emission of less methane. With this, I wish to sincerely express my thanks to organizing committee MISHAP 2017, particularly Dean Agus, and Professor Woody, Tony, and all member students, young students especially. We all appreciate it very much, and you have doing a great job already, and I'm sure it will be very highly successful. I'd like to my Prof, my institute, Funkan University, and other parts, particularly students who have helped a lot with preparation of the PowerPoint, such as this one. It's through the PhD student who have helped me a lot with this. And may I invite you again to visit Funkan, where I am the president of this conference in November 1st, okay, to be here. So should arrive October 31st and leave about November 4th. You will also enjoy academically and also socially enjoy the Loy Krathong Festival. That's the fourth festival, the Loy Krathong Festival at the same time. Thank you very much. This picture is taken here in Jakarta. Thank you. Terima kasih. Khop kun krab. Sawasdee krab.
And increasing efficiency of feed utilization. You say that one of the second strategy to reduce methane production is using naturally occur secondary metabolic powers. But as you know, the tannins, something tends to reduce the availability of nutrients. So how can we compromise between reducing methane and at the same time we can increase nutrient increases?
Yeah, thank you for the question.
Excuse me, let collect the question first, so maybe we can elaborate the answer. Okay, excuse me, what's your name, sir?
My name is Martin from University in West Timor. Thank you for the excellent presentation. My name is Emmanuel Bueno, and I'm from University, West Timor. Yes. I will do a presentation. When we talk about methane emission from the agriculture, that's a global issue. So we can try to find a way how to mitigate the methane production. So at the same time, because when we talk about methane production, we only at the same time the animal also lose energy about 7 or 9%. So instead of losing energy, we better produce, we better increase the production, like meat or milk. There are some studies also, like the animal, especially grazing in the pasture with low quality grass or fodder, that they will produce more methane compared with those that feed high quality diet like concentrates. So my question is, what do you think, like in a traditional farming, especially in West Timor, where farmers just let the animal grass in the pasture during like October, November, December, that's with the low quality protein in the pasture. I'm interested as well about the plant secondary metabolite. So how do we combine with this one?
Yes.
At the same time, the animal grass in the pasture, but what can we do with the plant secondary metabolite feed, like the supplement? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the nice questions.
Okay, thank you. And last one. My name is Aulen from University, Indonesia. We read that even some debates still open for if it's true or not, it's realized. So you presented very nice presentation material about how you bring this growth and productivity. But to me, this is only practical in dairy animals. So you have any experience with beef cattle? Because people always play not from dairy cattle, but from pig loading, because that's produce much methane rather than cows. I think this is good information we have. This kind of information, or maybe this result of your experiment can be applied to the beef cattle. Because I come from Western Tenggara province, it's the same area with our neighbor, is Nusa Tenggara, so we have a diet. I think the feed reservation, I think that's the best problem. The best problem to overcome is thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for the nice questions.
Okay, thank you.
I think 3 is enough.
Yeah, you can start now.
Otherwise, I don't have time to sing. Thanks so much for the very nice and interesting questions. The question, related to methane and to the abatement of methane, or to the reduction of methane. Okay. Commonly, the fermentation, as I presented, will occur to produce volatile fatty acid. Okay, particularly C1 to C6, particularly C2, C3, C4. Okay. To produce C2, it will produce more hydrogen. But to produce C3, you utilize the trap the hydrogen. Okay? So to produce C4, you also produce hydrogen. So C3 is the measure. If you produce more C3 concentration, you will end up having less hydrogen, less methane. Okay, that as the fermentation process occurs like that, right? And okay, then to reduce it, I already presented that one through many ways, but particularly nitrogen manipulation is important because it is receiving more attention, is have a chance to be accepted, to be applied, and it's the feed that is used, okay, over there already. Okay, so that's a general, and also bringing you to this. And to produce methane, as you said, is to the extent of energy, about 10%, varies from 8 to 15%, a lot of energy. And methane is contributed by all sectors. From the agricultural sector, it's about 30%. And within the 30%, it will vary. Okay, my friend from FAO may say like something 25%, whereas Goodland and Anghang say 50%. So there's a big gap there, right? But anyway, it's producing methane. It varies a lot through management, through feeding, okay, as we said, extensive feeding system. So, but whatever, we don't go away from it. We need to increase because there's a relationship of methane and C3. C3 is productive. C3 is energetic. So if we increase C3, that means we increase the efficiency of fermentation process. Okay, even we don't talk about methane, okay, we increase C3. You will get the benefit, Professor, from having more C3 to produce beef, to produce dairy cattle. Okay, so that is why we are interested to balance out how to abate this phenomenon. Okay, the simple way, as I said now, through the grazing system, this is simple means to do because every day farmers will herd out the animals, right? They graze whatever, and you know that with the natural resource vegetation, there's some secondary compounds over here. Some of those may already work on the rumen, okay, but it's not quite balanced because of the deficiency of both protein and energy there. So if were to impose, the proposed treatment would be something like a form of degradable carbohydrate and soluble nitrogen, such as urea, in combination through a form of either a loose form or a block form. So a block form, it can be a urea molasses block. You have been aware, some of the researchers, Hendro, my friend also, Hendro, something from here, has also worked with the block, okay, from many years ago. Professor Lang, including myself, but I call high quality feed block. In addition to urea molasses, then we add rumen bypass protein. Okay, that is also additionally important. Make it into a block and supplement it when you herd back. The farmers herd back the animals into the pen. You put the block there, and the animals will lick on it, not bite on it, not consume in such a large quantity. And lick on it it varies from 100 to half a kilo, depending on the animals. That will manipulate the rumen to improve the fermentation in product. So I think this is one of the strategies that we may apply, okay? And or using, other forms of available resources that we will need to discuss later, okay? Time is coming up. So thank you for the question, and I haven't answered you all yet, but we can discuss because, I'm still here for the day, and I'm happy to continue the discussion and dialogue together with